Hello and welcome back to episode 33 of Stopping the Rot with Liverpool FC on CM97 1998. And today we are going to be taking on Hapoel Tel Aviv. We've got Derby County and we've got Leicester City and possibly Fenerbahce as well if we've got time. Last time out we managed to beat Manchester United in the league. I think it was the league. We drew with Arsenal, 10 men Arsenal unfortunately. But anyway, we move on. Before we get into today's episode though, with those games we mentioned, if you are new around here, please drop a sub down below and hit the like button as well. Now, before we get into those games as well, let's have a look at sort of a couple of games we've had since. I think there's been a few. There's been a few transfers as well, actually. So after the Arsenal game, first of all, we managed to beat Sunderland 4-2. I'm just going to adjust my laptop screen because it's just slightly out of focus for me. And that Sunderland font on that letters, that drop shadow, it looks like, is horrific. Unless it's just my eyes playing tricks on me. I don't think it is. I think there's a drop shadow there. But we did a change of formation for this game. It's one that I've seen Nikolai, who I think is in my video description still. You know, he posts a lot of updates on Twitter, and I think he's using a different version of the game, but he's just introduced a free striker formation. I thought, do you know what? We've got an abundance of strikers. Let's give it a whirl. The jury's still out after this game because, you know, the shot stat is still a little bit skewed. If you look there, it's not too bad, but there was a couple of long rebounds, periods of play there. I mean, if you look at the amount of shots we conceded, it shows that we're letting a lot of shots against us, but they only scored 2. And to be fair, they were kind of after our damage had been done. So Richard Rufus, I think that is there, grabbing an own goal for us after 3 minutes. So it's a great start. Owen doubling the lead on 7 minutes. George Weir opening. I think he opened his account for us with this game, actually. Yes, he did. 34-year-old Georgie Weir. He's playing in the middle of the free. We'll have a look at the tactic in a minute. Actually, after the games, we'll have a quick look at the tactics, just show you what we're rolling with. But yeah, great result. 54,600 in there to see us beat Sunderland 4-2. We then opened the Champions League campaign with a great 2-1 win against Atletico Madrid. The one is a little bit harsh. They got an English guy there, Clint, Easton. I think we looked at it before. It was a little bit harsh because it was 85th minute, and I say against someone to play, it probably wasn't, but it didn't feel like they deserved the goal. But looking at the stats, I didn't look at the shots, to be honest, after the game. But it didn't feel like that. But we should have had the game sewn up. We had other good chances to have scored more goals, put it that way. But Michael Owen and George Weir grabbing the goals for us again. And then we played out a ball draw with Newcastle. I don't know how, because I mean, I know how they didn't score a goal, although I'm surprised they didn't win 2-0 still. But we had a lot of chances, a lot of shots, a lot of off targets, but we should have had enough to win the game, I think, there. And their goalkeeper getting man of the match again says it all. They did go for David Beckham. We had the chance to sign him. I think I can't remember who we signed instead, but we turned our nose up a little bit at him and didn't take him on. But they got a great squad sort of forming there. Very good for Newcastle. And then we back on winning terms. 2-1. It was very unconvincing. So I was still not completely set on this formation. As you can see, Batistuta not scored in that time. Ronaldo's been a bit hit and miss. He did score in this one. 12. Again, the one goal was a bit harsh. John Curtis grabbing the goals and Ronaldo. Stephen Glass for them just after they'd gone down to 10 men as well. So it wasn't completely convincing, but we should have had that sewn up and we should have maybe not let them score their goal. Tactic wise, so yeah, this is what we're playing with now. So we've got the 3 centre backs, no full backs, so we've got an abundance now of defensive midfielders. We are one less, which we'll talk about in a moment. So Makalele's holding that role at the moment because he is right-sided. So Dakor may have to make way. He's a left-sided one if we stick with this system. And then currently we've got Gerard, why did I say it like a French name? Gerard and Heidenstrom in the middle at the moment. Maybe a position we need to bolster a little bit. We've got Rui Costa playing behind, and we've got Owen, Batistuta and Ronaldo. It is normally George Weir in the middle, but I think he's injured at the moment. Yes, he is. He's out for a week. We've got Jamie Day in the middle as well, can play there. He's done okay. We've got a few options, I think, but maybe it is a position. We can maybe look at them moving on. Kieran Dyer, Lee Hughes, those sorts of guys who we just don't have space for in the team anymore. And then maybe a good centre-back. But I say all this, you know, we've got Werner there, can play centre-back as well. But we say all this, I don't know how much. I don't think we're going beyond this season. If we have a good European campaign, yeah, I don't think we're going beyond, to be honest. But yeah, transfer-wise, we did sell one player. Jason McAteer has finally gone to Valencia, 4.2 million. He's doing okay. He didn't have the best last season for us. That was 2 years ago. He didn't play at all last year by the looks of it, or this year. No, what am I talking about? What am I talking about? It's just because the 2000 switched over. Yeah, no, it's fine. He had not a great season for us last year. He actually dropped out, I think, for McAteer, didn't he, about halfway through. But anyway, yeah, so we've got Hapoel today. Have they got anyone in the team? They've got one player, a sweeper. He's playing quite well. Let's hope he has a bit of an off day today. Batistuta and the boys can sort of make it. Oh, well, we're going to get a yellow card straight away. That's the first instance of the game. But after that Atletico win, we do need to win this game just to keep the momentum in the group. And Ronaldo goes through. We're really hoping for a lot of Ronaldo in this system. He's got a big man in the middle who doesn't have to be winning the headers himself. We've got Batistuta on in this game. It's normally George Weir, and I think that's Rui Costa tapping in as well. So 2-0. We can grab some goals to the goal difference as well. If we can make it one of those games, make Hapoel one of those teams that, we can sort of cement our position. Hope maybe they can nick something or just lower a score against, Atletico Madrid. I can't remember who the other team is. Fenerbahce. But Batistuta makes it 3. Hopefully this is a game we can just build some morale, build some momentum, build some goal difference, and just push ourselves through and let Fenerbahce and Atletico Madrid battle it out for second. Hopefully we can just keep pushing for that top spot. And I mean, if we win all our games, we're through, because top is through. It's just where we've come unstuck is we've always ended up finishing second, and it hasn't been great. So yeah, and I've got a phone call there. I'll have to take that in a moment. I'll have to ring back maybe after this game. But let's see what happens with this game. If we can make it more than 3, that'd be good. That'd be brilliant. So far though, let's make some subs. I mean, we think we've had every striker on the score sheet, and we know Michael Owen hasn't. So we're going to stick him up front, and we'll stick. We'll take Rui Costa off for a break as well. We've got some yellow cards there, but I'm not too concerned in that situation. I'm going to try and get Chiesa some game time up front. He's come on for Ronaldo. Christensen up front for Owen. Scores a goal as well. Makes it 4. And it's not a bad day at the office for most of our striking, most of our front line, to be honest. It's just Michael Owen had a bit of a stinker. I'm not too sure why. Again, I think it's just sometimes you get players have those seasons, they just don't quite do it. And maybe that's Owen this season. I think he's done okay. But compared to last season where he was very fine. I mean, he could be on for a season like that again. But you take the average, he's not looking at that kind of season. Maybe not far off, but not quite. But that's that episode. I'm going to have to go and take this phone call. So I'm going to pause the game, pause the recording, and I'll be back for, I think it's Derby. So see you shortly. Okay, there we are. We're back. I say we're back. I've not come back for the next game. I've literally just pressed unpause on the recording. So we've got £750,000 for that. We'll have a quick look at how the other results sort of open the group up. So if Atletico Madrid do win, yeah, I don't know, a draw would have been good. It's just to keep us top more than anything. I mean, the goal difference is very much in our favour. Tel Aviv definitely do seem to be the whipping boys. They've conceded 4 against, I'm assuming, Fenerbahce as well. Yeah, so it's a very open group at the moment. We don't want to be sucked into that. We want to be pushing ourselves nicely away. How are the other groups sort of faring? I mean, we could be in a point where we have enough points to finish second, but I just want to take that out of the equation. That is a monstrous group, and Monaco so far not coming out on the better side of it. Ajax there. AIK. I saw they did beat Dortmund. That came off as a shock result. It's AIK pushing like they could be. Is that Paul Simpson? I think I've looked at this guy before. No, it wasn't. It's Pascal. I mean, that is definitely the group to be in if you're Dortmund, but they're not dealing with it the best way at the moment. And then, Man United and Lazio, they've got a bit of a plum group there. It's just whoever comes out on top and maybe able to finish second. I don't know. If they take points off each other, they might have enough points for the second place team to get through. So we've got League Cup Sheffield Wednesday, which isn't going to be affecting us today's games. McAteer's going to be suspended. Colin Todd's been sacked. So anyway, we've probably got one more click anyway before we get to Saturday, which I assume is going to be the next league game. So let's just bear with it. And so this formation so far, despite the jury being out, so far, McAteer's been called to France. I don't know if he's got a cap as yet. Oh, this is something that we've been looking at. So we're talking about strengthening that centre midfield spot. He's come available. He's at Inter Milan. He's signed from Parma a couple of years ago. Did okay last season, not great, but he's only £1 million, and I think he's a bit slow. He's obviously aging a little bit, but for a player just to get us through this season a little bit, he's got good off the ball. He's got decent tackling, good heading, determination's there. Dribbling isn't so much. Creativity's very good. Set pieces not so much, but we were okay for set pieces. Passing, positioning, everything you look for. And Dino Baggio, just a great player from the 90s. So let's just pop him up a few extra pounds and see if we can get him in. I don't know if we've got anyone else on the... No one else looking like they're going to be coming in anytime soon. No, I think that's it. But anyway, let's jump into the Leicester game. We are here now. I think we... Has McAteer got French? Oh, he has got French caps. Okay. So we are... So does anyone want Burger yet? No, not yet. We'll drop his price a little bit more. So we're still out. I was going to put Morris on the bench, but I think we'll stick with Christensen because he did score in Europe, didn't he? That might now mean we may need another... If we stick with this system, we may need another striker. Just maybe for the league games. I don't know if Morris is quite reliable enough yet to be a backup. Maybe he is, but he can be a backup to the backup. A bit like assistant to the regional manager, because obviously we got 3 big strikers, maybe a 4th, but behind that, no, we don't. We have 3 big strikers. That's it. 3 good strikers. We don't have the 4th. Maybe we look at bringing in Kenneth Anderson after all, just to give us another option, and he gives us that focal point, which this tactic obviously plays towards with the direct thing, which maybe Ronaldo and Owen don't so much, although Owen did obviously play quite well behind it last year. Maybe his pace got him in behind off the flick-offs of Batistuta, big man, little man, all that sort of stuff. But just thinking a little bit too deep dive in there, I think. But Owen has a chance. He's not quite as clinical as he was last season. He's got the Euros to try and play his way into this season. I mean, I doubt England aren't going to take him, in all honesty. Rui Costa, the free kick comes to nothing. I mean, we're getting on in this game and nothing's really happening. So Batistuta's going to come out for Chiesa, and we're going to put Christensen on for Owen again because that just seemed to work. And then Biscard on for Rui Costa, who again is having a bit of a quiet game. I thought we were actually going to lose this game. Then I hadn't seen anything of Leicester all game. And then suddenly we make some changes and Chiesa goes wide. Christensen, Ronaldo, Biscard. Can we get a last minute free kick? Can it turn this into 3 points? Heinstrom goes wide. And yeah, I don't really know how we haven't won that game again. They had one good chance towards the end, it felt like. But I say that, we didn't have a huge amount of chances. We had a couple. But yeah, maybe that's the little downside of this formation. When everyone's not ticking or something isn't ticking, it just doesn't happen. I don't know how with 3 strikers and an attacking midfielder, we haven't scored in that game. But Man United lose to Aston Villa. I mean, I don't know who's second at the moment. Who's second? Everton, and they drew, so they've dropped points. They haven't been able to capitalise. So still level pegging. We could have easily found ourselves second after that game, which would have been devastating, really. But anyway, we've got Derby next. It's in a week's time, so we can rest up. I think we might even have George Weir. There we go. George Weir is back. So back in a week. He might not play this game, but he's certainly back. Oh, we have got the 4 strikers because George Weir is one of them. Yeah, so back shortly. Okay, here we are. It was a bit longer than a week because there was an international break in between, but we have made some moves. So we have listed Kieran Dyer. No interest as yet. So maybe drop his price up. But he's an England international, so I'm surprised he isn't getting more interest, but maybe whereas Lee Hughes is wanted, who isn't kept by England. Okay, Berger's price we dropped, still garnering no interest. Now the eagle-eyed amongst you will see that we've also Baggio's in. We saw Alan Shearer's come in, 5 million. He can't play in the Champions League till the quarterfinals, but do you know what? If he can just keep us ticking over in the league, it's another option. It's another big, strong centre forward. Not the quickest again, so it may be a centre target man. We're gonna Batistuta's playing well, in all fairness. We're gonna put Shearer on the bench. I think, yes, I believe that's what we're gonna do. And we'll try and farm out some of those players as well to bring the wage down. But Derby, straight into the headlights of the Derby game. Thrust straight into the forward line. We maybe even take out Ronaldo and put Ronaldo on the bench because he's just not scoring goals, as Rui Costa makes it. Whereas Batistuta is, so maybe we stick Shearer either side or in the middle and stick Batistuta back out on the side. Haven't decided yet. It's something to think about either way. Batistuta doing what Batistuta does. he's carried on his form from last season. He's impeccable for us last season. And we didn't really need to change the system. It was really more just to incorporate the array of attacking talent that we had, as Ronaldo does score this game. We just need to see a bit more of that from him. He was banging them in for Inter Milan. So, and I think John Curtis there, we just saw, he scored in a few games going in between the episodes. He was just in the England team, and I think he's already captain, which is great. Great for us. We've got the England captain as our... I don't think he's even our captain, is he? I don't think he is. Maybe it's something we look at. If England are making him captain, then maybe we should be thinking about it. But then we might have someone who's captain of a better country, someone who's winning World Cups and stuff, able to be leading our captaincy. I'm not too sure who our captain is. Batistuta. I mean, he's got 17. What has John Curtis got? 15. Yeah, I think we've got the better captain, Batistuta, for now anyway. And I think George Weir may have well been before, and I think he's got quite a good rating for it as well. So, as we go 4-1 up, I think it's Ronaldo with the goals again. Not a bad forward line we've got taking shape there, is it? So it's Shearer on the... Right, Shearer's coming on for Owen. Owen's having a... He's playing an 8. He's not playing bad, in fairness. Rui Costa's going to come off for Chiesa. And Biscard's going to come on for Steven Gerrard, who I'm not really seeing too much from, in all honesty. He might be better off in the Heidenstrom role, maybe, and... Yeah, Heidenstrom role. And Stimac has been sent off, and we find someone else for that kind of more, I don't know, dynamic midfield position. I don't know who that would be at this stage, but... Oh, we got Dino Baggio. He's not even on the bench, is he? No, he's not. Right, okay. So we maybe bring Biscord off the bench for Dino Baggio. Obviously not today, because we've got Fenerbahce now, and obviously those players can't play until the quarterfinals, which is a bit annoying, but it's not as bad as it could be. Is there a second round and then the quarterfinals? So we'd only have to sort of navigate our way through another round after the group stage, I think. But anyway, let's get through. We've got Everton winning again, Tottenham winning again, Man United... Where are they? Why can't I say they beat Leicester, the team we drew against? So, Giovanni's out for 5 months. We just saw in the in-between as well, Christian Ziege for AC Milan out for 11 months. He was withdrawn from the Germany squad. Yeah, I would think so too. Robert Page is unhappy. He wants regular first-team football. They all do. We're going to bring Vieira in there. Werner on the bench there. Shearer's got a drop back out for Weir. In fact, I think that's too many foreign players. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think you're only allowed 3 in Europe. I think it's 4 in the league. We'll try it anyway. If it doesn't work, we know we can bring Morris or Christensen off the bench. Anyway, back in a few days for the Fenerbahce game. Okay, it's Wednesday, and we welcome Fenerbahce to Anfield. We're not going to the cauldron that is, I assume, Istanbul. Are they an Istanbul team? I think they are. Because I think there's a big rivalry with them and Galatasaray, etc. So, and Dyer is wanted now. We've dropped him a little bit. Man United, Lee Hughes, okay. McManaman's wanted, we might let him go as well. We don't want to let too many go, because we don't want to weaken our position too much. Okay, yeah, we've got too many, so we might bring... We're going to bring Rushy on the bench. Let him prove his worth. He's more of an out-and-out striker. Give him a chance. And Ronaldo, minute 1, 1-0 Liverpool. Hopefully it could be the start of the road for 3 out of 3. Which we have done before and still finished second. Let's not forget that. And then slumped a little bit in the second row of fixtures. I'm pretty sure we've done that before. I'm pretty sure we did. I think we beat Milan in the first... Was it last season? I think we beat Milan and then we struggled in the second 3 fixtures. But hopefully with Hapoel to come, an away trip to Fenerbahce, there's enough in there for us to get those points. That's another 6 points. That would be pretty much group ceiling results. Yeah, and it's Owen that seems to be the one that's not pulling his weight in this system. Maybe not with performances completely, but with goals. Which, with strikers, I'd rather him get a 6 and score a hat-trick, which obviously wouldn't happen, but I'd rather him get a 6 and score than get an 8 and not. Although, obviously, there could be assists in there if they're getting 8s and stuff, which, he could well be the case. He could be more of a providing striker, but that's not what Owen's in there for. And Gerrard, we talked about maybe taking him out. He's finally grabbed a goal, 3-0 just after half-time. Great. That's what we need. And we get into this position now where with the goals, we could maybe try and keep pushing, keep turning the screw, but our goal difference is already superior. We can maybe, as we let one in, of course we do, we can maybe look at maybe bringing Rushy's regen on and see if he can I don't know, he can do something. I mean, at the moment, Owen's not really doing too much, so maybe we just do that anyway. Chiesa's going to come on for... no, Biscard's going to come on for Rui Costa, I think. And Werner on for Vieira, who is yellow carded. Ronaldo makes it 4, gets a second. That's what we needed, just to make it settle the nerves after they did get that goal back. And I was waiting for them to just grab another one then, which would have just been absolutely typical. And JJ Okocha's in there for Fenerbahce, of course. And so far, not just seen his name the one time. Hopefully we don't see it again, because he could be a game changer for them. So good they named him twice, old JJ Okocha. But it looks like we're getting to the last sort of 10 minutes of the game. They're putting the pressure on more than us. We're kind of holding on a little bit here. But do you know what? The points is the main thing. The goal difference is great, obviously. But the points on the board is what is going to make the overall difference. I would say, that's brave words to say halfway through the group, as they do grab another one back, which is a bit disappointing. 4-2, 90th minute. If we could have just held on another minute. Who is this Guinness? He's a grey player. Great. Yeah, Werner didn't do great when he came on. Nor did Biscord. Morris didn't do too much either. He got a 7. It's not bad. It keeps his average rating on that 7, which is kind of like my threshold really for averageness. So put another 750k in the bank. And yeah, Atletico Madrid absolutely thump Hapoel Tel Aviv, as you would expect, which probably brings their goal difference somewhere close to us. Yeah, they're a goal behind us. That's all they are now. But 3 points behind us, which is the main thing, like we said. So where are we? We're now in October, coming to the end of October. McAteer's back, so we'll sort out that team in a minute. We'll get it ready for the next games. Where are we coming back? So we are probably November. So there's a Sheffield cluster of games in there. We've got Atletico Madrid. I'm not too bothered about the Sheffield games. We'll probably do... Yeah, it's got to be Atletico Madrid, Everton, Man City, and then we'll probably try and squeeze Hapoel again like we did today in there. So, yeah, we've got a few games to play. Oh, not too many. So Chelsea, the Sheffield double, away and home. It's a shame they're not both in one place because it saves some travelling. And then, yeah, we'll come back for Atletico Madrid. Merseyside derby. Obviously not the real Manchester City as they are now, but still Manchester City, and then Hapoel Tel Aviv. So if you have enjoyed today's episode, please smash the like down below and hit the sub button while you're there if you are new as well. And until next time, where we come back for hopefully another double Champions League game week, I'll see you next time. Take care. Goodbye.